Israel Meir was just 9 years old when he walked out of the hell of the Holocaust. He'd lost most of his family, a wandering child who landed on the shores of then Palestine. The world would have bet that if he'd managed just to get by in life, that would be a major accomplishment. But young Israel Meir did much more than just get by. He came to personify the essence of the Jewish people in times of tragedy. V'cha'asher ya'anu oso, kein yirbe v'chein yifrot. The more they beat us, the more and stronger we become. He took up this legacy with a mission to rebuild the Jewish people, rebuild us with great strength.
Rabbi Israel Meir Lau.
From the darkness of Holocaust, which I personally was very lucky to be one of its survivors, to show us there is a light in the edge of the tunnel.
In 1993, Rabbi Israel Meir became the chief rabbi of Israel, the leader of millions in Israel and around the world. At a time now when our very existence is being tested, where banners and placards not seen in 75 years are publicly displayed in our backyards, possibly there is no one else in the Jewish world whose experience and message is more relevant than Harav Yisrael Meir shlita.
And if we are here and we exist and we will exist, it's a miracle made by God. To die together, we are experts. To live together, we have to learn.
Rabbi Lau has instilled in all of us the meaning of being a Jew, of our history, of the importance of the achdus of the Jewish people, of loving every Jew. His life is a living witness how we come back from the ashes, grow and become great and inspire thousands.
Something you see in your life, you feel it, you live in it. This is emunah, this is faith.
Ladies and gentlemen, the former chief rabbi of Israel, and really the current chief rabbi of Jews all over the world, Harav Yisrael Meir shlita.
Good evening. Shavua Tov u'Mevorach. Once upon a time, I gave a story in Israel, and Yossi Friedman heard this story. When he have invited me for this convention, this time, he said to me, I insist on that the story you told us will be told to all the people by you. And you cannot tell him no. I said, okay, I will try. Almost 50 years ago, about 50 years, I sit in my home in Tel Aviv, the telephone rings. Medaber David Ben-Gurion. David Ben-Gurion is speaking. Rav Lau, I want to ask you a favor. There are two verses in the Tanakh, in the Bible, I don't understand them. And you know that I like Bible. If I would be now in Sde Boker, in the Negev, I wouldn't bother you to come from Tel Aviv so far. But since my wife passed away, I am not very well, a little bit sick. I'm here in Tel Aviv for all kinds of treatment, medical treatment. I cannot walk to you, even I had to do it. Please do me a favor, come to me not far from you, Shderot, that's time Keren Kayemet. Today is Shderot Boulevard Ben Gurion, 17, where I live. I was sure that someone is kidding me. David Ben Gurion phones to me. I was 50 years younger. I wasn't a chief rabbi yet, not of Tel Aviv, not of Netanya, not of Israel. So I said, but okay, tomorrow 10 o'clock is okay? I said, very good. My brother, my late brother Naftali, whom I owe him my life, he worked that time with Moshe Dayan in the Ministry of Defense in Tel Aviv. I wanted to be sure that no one makes kidding from me. I phoned to him and told him someone on the name of David Ben-Gurion asked me to meet him, the Bible, story, to Psukim, the verse. Do me a favor and check it for me. If it's not a joke, one was teasing me. 10 minutes later, Naftali phoned, may I join you tomorrow 10 o'clock in Shterot, Keren Kayemet 17? Yes, it's true. I came, the room is full with books, and I saw Talmud Bavli, Schulzinger's, an American Talmud, 20 chapters. And I asked the bodyguard, Ben-Gurion wasn't yet in the room, does he open once upon a time one of these books? He said, the big one? I said, yes. The red one? I said, yes. Every day, an hour, he's reading in one of these books. It was for me a surprise. Tanakh, I knew that he liked, but Talmud, Bave, Ben-Gurion came. And I told him about the Psukim. I know only one posuk that he didn't understand. It's a very difficult posuk. Vayir'u bnei Elohim ki bnot ha'adam ki tovot hena vayikhu lahem nashim mikol asher bacharu. I will not repeat it in the book of Bereshit. To the second posuk we didn't arrive because we spoke only 3.5 hours from the first pasuk. And then came the same bodyguard and said, the doctor said that he has to take what he needs to have. We must stop to take 3.5 hours. During this long talk, first time in my life to meet with a man who was a legend. You can agree with him, you can disagree, but it's undoubtedly a legend of the story of the State of Israel. He was the head of the Jewish Agency and then the head of the government of Israel, prime minister and minister of arms. He led the war, independence war. And I had the opportunity to speak to him now. It came to a point that I could ask him, Mr. Ben-Gurion, I want to tell you a story I heard from a rabbi in Yerushalayim, Rabbi Rafael Katzenelbogen. He is a witness to this story. It's an amazing story for me. I want to ask you on this occasion that we sit together if the story is true. What is the story? 1930-33, the Arabs made pogroms against Jewish people, and they killed many, many of us. 7 at once in Mishmar HaShiv'ah, near Tel Aviv. We didn't have an army. We didn't have defense, real defense. And there were 7 countries. What to do? The British mandate who rolled over Palestine, so-called, understood that they had to do something before Holocaust, 1933. They sent a mission, the PIL mission. The name of the head, the chairman of the mission was Lord Peel. That's the name. You have to increase and to check what's going on in Palestine, which was a part of the British mandate. They sit in Yerushalayim, Migarash Harusim, where the Supreme Court was later, and there was a stand like this, and 3 books on it. The Bible, the Havdil, the New Testament, and the Quran. For the Egyptian, Islamic, for the British, and the Havdil for the Jews, to swear. It's a point of royalty. We want you to swear that you go to tell the whole truth. Ben-Gurion was the first one to appeal in this house, but he was in France. He bought weapons for the independence war many years later. He was the last witness in the committee of Lord Hall. And he came, he put his hand on the Bible, said, I will say the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. And then he gave us lesson, a lecture of 3 hours, the connection of the people of Israel to the land of Israel. And he started with Avraham Avinu and to Yitzchok. And Yaakov, haaretz asher ata shochev aleha, lecha etnena ulezarecha. Everything is for you. And then the stories of Joshua ben Nun and King David and the Maccabim. 3 hours. This is our homeland. This is our past. And we dream for it. And the prayers daily. ולירושלים עירך ברחמים תשוב. He quoted it. When he finished the 3 hours lecture, was for 5 minutes of release, and then Lord Peel said to him, Mr. Ben-Gurion, may I ask you a personal question? I said, of course. That's why I'm here. Where were you born, Mr. Ben-Gurion? The answer was, Plonsk. Lord Peel, where is Plonsk? I said, in Poland. After a while, Lord Peel liked speaking to himself, but he wanted that everyone will listen. Very strange phenomena. You are the last witness here. All the Islamic leaders, such as Nusayba and Wasfi Tal and Khomeini was, all of them were born in Palestine. Most of the Israeli witnesses were not born here. Russia, Poland, Germany. How can you say that this is your land? Usually, if someone comes to a home and says, go away, this is my home, not yours, we tell him, you have to go to the authorities and bring a paper that this belongs to you. Do you have a paper that Palestine belongs to the Jewish people? Lord Peel. Spontaneously, Ben-Gurion lifted up the Bible. A paper? Lord Peel, you ask me for a paper, a document that the land of Israel is a Jewish land, is our homeland? This Bible is very respected by all the world. All mankind, the culture world, knows what is the Bible. Look in the Bible how many times appears the promise of the Lord Almighty to to the Jewish people that this land is ours. This is our homeland. This is the Bible. And all the journalists went out, running to the telephones to tell the story about the Bible, which this is the document that the land of Israel belongs to the Jewish people according to David Ben-Gurion. I asked him, Mr. Ben-Gurion, I have heard this story from Rabbi Katzenelbogen. He was there. Is it true or a legend? He smiled, said, people know and remember. I said, I remember two words that he said. Emet v'yatziv. Emet v'yatziv. 100%. He was happy that people know. Then I asked him, if Lord Peel asked you a question and you answered, I respect the answer. But I want to put a question also, if we permit me. I have also a question for you. Akasha, please. What do you want? In the same Bible, in the same document that tells us and tells the whole world and all the generations that the land of Israel is Jewish land, in that Bible there are some other words, such like Yom HaShvi'i Shabbat LaHashem Elokecha Lo Ta'aseh Kol Melacha Ata Uvincha Uvitecha. What can we answer to our children if they say, we sit in Eretz Israel because of the Bible? What with Shabbat? Kabed et avicha v'et imecha. Okay, you accept. But Shabbat and other commandments, 613 commandments, aseh ve'lo ta'aseh, we don't keep it. How can we ask Arafat to take the Bible as a document and we don't take it as a document for other paragraphs? What can we answer? What do you think Ben-Gurion answered of this question? He was a very smart man. What did he answer? Because he was so smart, he didn't answer. No answer. This is the story I owe Yossi. Where is he, Yossi Friedman? Here. Ani chayav lecha. I paid the bill. Now, from the past, which is not past, this is the present continuous, I want to end my words. This is the third time that I speak on this occasion. I want to end with one word. It was mentioned before, Mishenichnas Adar Marbin Besimcha. And we are in Adar. Adar Rishon, Adar Sheni, Marbin Besimcha. Every child in the kindergarten, in the Jewish kindergarten, sings Mishe, 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 Mishe Nichnas Adar. Adar enters this month, Marbin Besimcha, we will have Purim. Is it true to say? Does it make sense to say Mishe Nichnas Adar Marbin Besimcha? Historically, do you know what happens Mishe Nichnas Adar? 11 months before, on Nisan, Haman made the lottery that in 13 of Adar, להשמיד, להרוג ולאבד את כל היהודים, to liquidate the Jewish people. On the 13th of Adar, גברים, נשים, מן הסתם, children, babies, And they fast, and they prayed. They said Tehillim in Shoshana Birah, 127 countries. Ribono shel olam, he wanted to live, he wanted to exist. He wanted to liquidate the Haman. The months of Nisan went over. Iyar, Sivan, Tammuz, Av, Elul, 11 months. And the law doesn't change. And Achashverosh didn't change his mind. Can you imagine what happens Mishenichnas Adar? We didn't leave even a letter. For whom? Because we have only 13 days to live. With our children and the babies, all, God forbid, for a liquidation. Can you imagine the feelings in the Jewish street, in the Jewish homes, in Shoshana Birah, Mishenichnas Adar? Fasting, davening, crying Tehillim, saying, Mina ma'amakim kraticha. And it says, the Gemara says in Megillah, Mishenichnas Adar, marbin besimcha. Mishenichnas Adar, marbin be'etzev. Sadness, prayers, Tehillim. If you want to be true to the history, you had to say, Misheyatza Adar, marbin besimcha. This is my question. This month passed away. Haman is on the tree, hanged. Mordechai is on the horse. Mordechai is Mishneh LaMelech, Gadol LaYehudim, Ratzui LeRov Echav, Doresh Tov LeAmo, Dover Shalom Lechol Zaro. This is a time for happiness. Misheyatza Adar. Why do we say Mishenichnas Adar and we sing and we teach our children, babies, sing with us, Mishe Nichnas Adar. It's not true. What do you say? I have to add one word. Afilu, even. Afilu Mishenichnas Adar. This is the Jewish power. Emunah. Bitachon biyeshuat Hashem כהרף עין. אפילו משנכנס אדר. According to the calendar, we have only 13 days to exist. But we don't lose hope. אפילו חרב חדה מונחת על צווארו של אדם, אל יתייאש מן הרחמים, says the Gemara in Brachot. Never give up. Never lose hope. Always להאמין. וירא בצר להם, even they were in צרות, בשומעו את רינתם, says the Tehillim. They sing, Yidden sing, אני מאמין. אני מאמין באמונה שלמה בכל יום שיבוא. And they sing, אני מאמין in the ghetto, in the concentration camps. Last war. אפילו משנכנס אדר, מרבין בשמחה. We are still in a war in Eretz Israel. Today we had a difficult day with 3 new victims. Our kids, our sons, our soldiers died during Shabbat. 3 of them. Yehi Zichram Baruch. We are in the story of Afilu Mishenichnas Adar. Marbin Besimcha. We have to believe we are a nation who showed what power is in our faith, that we will never give up in our bond, one to the other. Achim v'chaverim kol Yisrael. We are together, as I said in the film. Not only we know to die together, we know to live together, and we will see Yerushalayim habnuya bevi'at Mashiach tzidkenu goel tzedek bimera biyamenu. Amen.